Hi, welcome back to our channel. We regularly upload interesting videos on different stories. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy it. Today I'm going to explain a crime drama thriller movie called Run Hide Fight. We start the movie with Zoe and her father taught her hunting. Zoe is learning how to hunt and her father is explaining to her how to handle a rifle. They're having breakfast, but she is having difficulties processing her mother's death, so she often imagines and talks to her. Louis enters the house to hurry Zoe up and save her from her dad's preach. The local bullies insult them and push them off the road. The car struggles to start and they spot one of their schoolmates setting up a device on a field. They don't think much of it as it is senior prank day, so they write it off as a preparation for a prank. Louis asks Zoe if she goes to her locker or not, but she says she is going to check it before lunch as she is already late from class. She attends match then chemistry class. She then goes to her locker and sees that Louis asked her to prom. The device planted before blows up, creating fire on the field. Kip leaves a bag at the reception just before lunch break begins. Louis and Zoe talk about the prom invitation, but Zoe refuses it. Louis accidentally spills his drink on her, so he has to go to the bathroom to clean herself. Meanwhile, a wooden shack explodes. A girl leaves the bathroom in a hurry and bumps into Zoe. Zoe checks the toilet and removes the ceiling panel. We see that guns. Mark is left in the dust. Jennifer, her late mother, is talking to her again about the anger issues she's having lately. A van rams into the building and 3 of their schoolmates enter the cafeteria. They shoot 3 students and Tristan stabs the PE teacher. One injured student enters the bathroom but dies in Zoe's hands. Tristan gives a speech about him being in charge and confronts one of his bullies as he tries to talk to him. Chris shoots him as well. Zoe runs and hides just before Kip enters the bathroom. Tristan tells a girl to call her mother and tell her what is happening. Then he asks everyone to do the same and call whoever they want and tell them whatever they want. Louis leaves a message to his mom when Zoe falls down in the kitchen as the ceiling panel breaks under her. Chris goes there to check who made the noise. She is hiding under a counter with a lunch lady. When the lady decides to sacrifice herself to save Zoe, the town's police and fire department is busy with all the fires around the town, so they're slower than usual to react to the calls. Tristan calls the reception of the school and tells the lady that they occupied the lunch hall. Anna, the 4th shooter, cuts the wires in the custodian room. Tristan asks everyone to grab their phones and live stream the events on any social media they're on. Zoe escapes the building and warns other students about what happened inside. Tristan tells the live stream viewers that if any social media platform shuts down the stream, he is going to kill even more students. The vice principal enters the hall and tries to talk with Tristan. He is trying to make Tristan quit his plans, but Tristan thinks he was unfair with him and wasn't caring that much about him before he orders Chris to kill the principal. Chris then spares the school guard's life as he isn't important enough. Or and Zoe are trying to warn students, but they think it is just a prank and nothing serious. Tristan asks who has the most viewers and Louis has more than 1,000, so he invites him to be his main cameraman. Zoe breaks a window and manages to evacuate a classroom of students. Andrew is streaming when he notices the van they came with is full of explosives. Zoe switches the fire alarm and the teachers start emptying their classroom. Anna turns off the fire alarm system, so the teachers think it was only a prank and order the students back to their classrooms. Sheriff Tarsi is struggling to get to the school and tells his colleagues to only go in if it is an active shooting situation. If it is a hostage situation, they should try and negotiate with the shooters. Anna then turns off the electricity. Zoe runs around and tries to warn as many students as possible. She slips because someone spilled oil on the floor. The reception makes the announcement about the lockdown when the bag Kip left there earlier blows up. Tristan checks the news and gets frustrated when the channels are sending reporters instead of putting his stream on TV. Zoe is looking for a phone when Anna checks the scene. She lays down next to the corpse and pretends she's dead and the records trampling on her hand, but she manages to hide her pain and Anna walks away. Kip notifies Tristan about a TV channel warning the audience about graphic content, meaning they might air the live stream. Zoe tries to tell one of the teachers to break the windows and escape as the lockdown was planned and the shooters wanted to keep everyone in there. Lace, as she tries to convince the teacher, Anna shoots her on the leg from a distance. She opens her locker and uses it as a shield. Tristan enters a classroom. Miss Nunez tries to talk him down, but Tristan humiliates her and makes her take off her clothes. Zoe escapes to a room filled with balloons. Anna enters and tries to shoot her down, but Zoe manages to turn the gun and shoot her in the head. Tristan is about to kill the naked Miss Nunez when Louis tells him the viewers are interested in him and they're asking questions. Tristan is a narcissist, so he can't resist it and shifts his attention to the viewers. Zoe checks in his body and takes her keys. The gun is empty as she killed Anna with the last bullet. She also takes her phone so from now on she can hear what the shooters are communicating. The cops make a visit to Tristan's mother, but they find out she already killed herself while watching the shooting live. Todd is gutting the deer Zoe shot earlier when he hears the news about the shooting. Chris hears the news about police equipping for assault, so he starts shooting at the cops outside. Tristan orders everyone from the classroom to the cafeteria. Chris is having hallucinations, but Tristan calms him down. Kip shoots another door. Zoe is about to attack him from behind. When Anna's phone turns on and Kip notices it, she runs away, but Kip is behind her. Kip finds his body and slips on the oil. Zoe takes a fire extinguisher and hits him on the head. She handcuffs him to a chair and she starts hallucinating about her mother again. Kip wakes up and tells her Tristan called this a reckoning. He tries to justify what he did with telling her how people bullied him, but Zoe has none of it. She shuts him down and tries to awake his remorse by telling him how that innocent girl died in her arms. This morning, she leaves him there after taking his shells for the shotgun. Todd arrives at the scene while Zoe finds a group of students. Zoe calls the sheriff and warns him about the group exiting the building. Tarsi asks the reporter to not show the school on camera as the shooters are watching it live from inside. He says he is about to call Tristan and talk with him, so that instead Zoe orders the others out. But Mrs. Crawford stays with her to rescue more students. Tarsi and Tristan is on the phone. He shares how much of an edgelord he is and how society ruined everything. The new show is student that just escaped and Chris notices it. Thanks to the news, Tristan realizes the phone call was just a distraction to rescue the students, so he hangs up. Tristan calls Anna and Kip again, but Zoe answers. She tells him she killed Anna and captured Kip. Tristan shoots one of the students and tells her every 5 minutes someone will die until she shows up at the hall. Todd is watching it live when he decides to take his sniper rifle and look for a spot. Zoe goes back to Kip and convinces him to redeem himself and do something good before it ends. She unlocks his handcuffs and hands him the gun. Todd finds a spot and assembles his rifle. Zoe enters the cafeteria hall unarmed, but Tristan laughs about her being the savior. Tristan and Zoe argue about the meaning of all this. Kip enters the room and threatens them, but Chris shoots him. Zoe and Lewis manages to escape, but Lewis got shot and can't go further. She puts him down to a couch and kisses him. When Lewis tells her there are explosives in the van, Todd repositions with his rifle. Zoe opens the hydrogen taps in the chemistry lab. She ignites it to scare Chris. Chris goes on about his hallucinations and make-up stories. When Zoe throws acid on his face, he drops his gun but manages to throw Zoe into a cabinet. He is about to shoot Zoe when Todd takes a shot and kills Chris. The SWAT team arrests Todd. Tristan calls Chris and gets frustrated when he isn't answering. Zoe sends a picture of his body to him and taunts him as she walks back to the hall. Tristan takes a bucket out of the van and orders a student to bring it with him. They walk down the corridor when Zoe spots them from behind. She heads back to the cafeteria hall and orders the remaining students to leave. She checks the van and sees that only 44 seconds left until the explosion, so she drives the van outside where it blows up without harming anyone. The SWAT group begin their assault and about to arrest Zoe when someone blows up behind them. The officer puts zip ties on her hands and she starts crying as her mother walks away. Sheriff Tarsi expresses his gratitude towards her and she asks him a favor in return. She asked him to let her talk to her dad as she is sharing a moment with Todd. She sees Tristan and fleeing the scene in disguise. She asks her dad where his rifle is and he tells her it is where he left it. She grabs it and chases after Tristan. He grabs a box from under a bridge with money, keys and a passport in it. Zoe aims her rifle at him and takes her shot. She taunts him one more time and repeats her dad's words when they were hunting. She leaves him there as he suffocates in his own blood. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe.